Today, I'm critiquing the mansion with the polo field, and then I'm going to give it an Arvin score at the end of the video. So if you ever decide to buy, design, or build a mansion yourself, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the how to buy a mansion guy. Let's watch this video together.
Today, we have the privilege of touring an extraordinary property that stands out as one of California's finest. The Bella Vista estate spans approximately 20 acres and boasts a remarkable array of amenities, including a polo field the size of 10 football fields.
10 football field. You know, polo is one of those delicacy sports. You know, it's like tongue. Have you ever had tongue? It's just super rich sport, but then it just takes a humongous field to play it. So it just becomes really impractical. But there you go. Here's a property with 10 football field, which is apparently enough for 8 horses, 2 teams of 4 to go at it at each other.
A driving range and full golf area, a historic butterfly garden, a 15-stall horse stable, a 128-foot infinity edge pool, and breathtaking panoramic views of the ocean and mountains. The main residence is equally impressive, featuring a disco nightclub, a restaurant and sports bar, a movie theater, a wellness center, a 6,000-bottle wine cellar and tasting room. Our tour will showcase all that this incredible property has to offer, so let's go check it out. How we doing, guys? As you arrive to this property, up this long gated driveway, you can already see the incredible ocean views to my right.
Amazing. Did you see the width of that driveway? Gated, you come in, there's a whole sport arena on your right with ocean views. That must be the best bocce court I've ever seen, along with the pickleball court. Tree line, incredible driveway so far.
Right here, this is some of the best ocean views that you will ever see. We're on over 20 acres, so there is just a lot to see in this property, but follow me back here as we walk back up the driveway to my right side. Currently, we see there are a couple garage spaces that also lead you through the side yard garden and into a couple other bedrooms on the left wing of the home. And here's your circular driveway right here surrounding this tree that acts as a statement piece for the property. To the right side of this circular driveway, that leads you all the way down to the stables, to the guest homes. But as we walk up to the house, this is it. This is the grand entrance, guys. I mean, when you have a fountain in the center of this circular driveway, you just know that you have made it. I mean, take a look at this right here. And this is it, guys. You're about to go on a journey with me, so let's head up the stairs and go inside.
Okay, let's talk about the shape of the house and the architectural style of the property. Architecturally, it's Greek. It looks a lot more grand from the back facade because the property actually 2-3-story. From this angle, it looks like a 1-story. But because it's positioned on a slope to have a commanding position over the polo field, it looks a little less intimidating or grand from this angle. But it is grand. It's definitely Greek. Now, the shape of the property is a reverse U. You've seen the U-shape design where the wings of the U are grabbing the backyard and the swimming pool. This one is reversed. It's pointing this way, like poking my own eyes here. It's really protecting the motor court. You don't really get the exact functionality of it. You do get a lot of the utilitarian rooms opening up to the motor court where, it's really good for staff and the upkeep of the property. This works for this property because it's a view property and on top of a promontory. So you definitely don't want to have one of the wings blocking the view of the other wing. So it kind of works over here.
So here we are. We've made it inside to the grand entrance of the home. And right as you walk in, you are just struck with views of all of that grassy space in front of me. The polo field is actually the size of 10 football fields, which is insane. But this is the entrance. We've got a beautiful chandelier above me, incredible detail with all of the artwork surrounding us, the columns on the wall, the light fixtures are insane.
Wait, let's talk about the foyer. Very traditional. I wasn't expecting really a detailed Greek, which kind of looks for some reason Egyptian with these kind of rectangular tapestry on the wall and everything, but very, very traditional. I was hoping to see a transitional decor on the inside instead of a very traditional Greek, because when I'm thinking Polo, Greek is not really the first architectural style that comes to my mind. I mean, this field is bigger than 90% of the islands in Greece. You know, they were not known for their horsemanship, maybe for their, being sailors and traders, but so it's not really the first architectural style, which is alarming at this point, because when I think Polo, I'm thinking hacienda, I'm thinking Mediterranean, I'm thinking Spanish, I'm thinking colonial, I'm thinking maybe even modern done right. So I was expecting a much mellower transitional decor on the inside than this. This is a little bit frightening.
But to the right here, this is where we have the first powder room. And I love that there is this statue just in the very center of the powder room right as you walk in. I mean, that's quite an entrance to go into the powder room. And in this powder room, it's not your basic old powder room either. We have the red velvet walls with the same detail that you'll see. Looks very similar to all of the light features that we also see throughout the home too.
Very heavy. Again, when you're picking the architectural style for the home, okay, you really gotta look at historical examples. I've seen Beaux-Arts architecture, the famous one in Buenos Aires, which is the most famous like Polo thing. That's really the only heavily traditional architecture, which is very different than Greek, by the way. But it's like very traditional, where you can do kind of these neoclassical interiors. And this is just, again, it wasn't my expectation. It's throwing me off right off the bat, and I don't like it.
On the other side of this front door, we have a secret door, actually. If you're just looking around, you wouldn't be able to tell that there's a door right here. Come follow me. It leads to the staircase up to the rooftop deck. So this is it. We've made it up the staircase to the rooftop deck. And I mean, what a perfect day to be at this house and filming.
Oh my God. You had hectares, not acres, hectares of flat land, and you give me an over-the-ground jacuzzi on the rooftop over here? Come on, you have so much land. So much land over here. And we get this. This is disappointing.
But this is your rooftop deck. We have an outdoor barbecue grill, Viking appliances, kitchen with built-in freezer, built-in fridge, of course. We've got sink to the right side as well. And if you follow me up these steps, it leads up here to this lookout space with even more views, with even more room up here.
Oh my God. Polo fields are huge. And Polo field with an ocean view is just ridiculous. I mean, this is humongous. Now, I would give it a lot more crap for this really crappy rooftop, but I think it's kind of like a secondary position when they have really these crowded events where, people are coming to watch the Polo game. Rooftop would be a place where you entertain, and you will have like a nicer setup up there, lounge chairs for people to watch the game. So I'm not giving them too much stick for that.
Doesn't get much better than this. I can't wait till you guys see the rest, but let's go back downstairs. Back downstairs, follow me. This way we have another massive chandelier, and if you look up, that is where we just were, the rooftop deck above us. And here is your grand entryway. We see the beautiful detail in the railings of these stairs.
Let's talk about the wow factor. You got it. I mean, you have a commanding position looking down. You see maybe 10 acres of land, flat land in front of you. Really, really impressive. Now, the volume of this is the entire, it's like an upper foyer and lower foyer. Like, I guess the upper one would be the landing, and this is really your foyer. Very grand. Again, very heavy as far as architectural interior for me. But at least it's in tune. Like the exterior is talking to the interior, that it's cohesive in that way.
And this is it. You get those views like I was talking about. But first, follow me to this side. This is the formal dining room. Right as you walk in, you can tell that every room throughout this home really has a different theme to it. We're getting more maroon vibes, a red theme in here, 2 large chandeliers to both sides of the dining table.
All right. Architecturally speaking, and interior design, it's on point. Even though I don't like it, I'm paying attention to the moldings, the draping, the art, the frames. It's on point. They've done a really good job, executing the Greek architecture and that kind of Roman, you can say neoclassical style on the inside. It just not Polo to me at all.
Back into the hallway. We're going down this hall. Taking a turn to the left side first. And this is your kitchen space. Large center island with dark stone countertops, 2 chandeliers hanging above once again, and we actually have a fireplace here in your kitchen as well with a ledge.
Wait a minute. Why the hell do we have a fireplace in the kitchen? And the kitchen is completely separated from the living area, and it's not welcoming whatsoever. It's very narrow. This does not at all correspond to how much land you have, that extreme amazing frontage, that approach. You come over here, this is not a place for the family to congregate. This is a place for your cooks and your maids to congregate. And the windows are positioned so high that it gives it this kind of a dungeon vibe, not a entry-level kitchen where it opens up and gets inspiring views from the polo field to the ocean. I feel like I'm on -1 floor for some reason.
This is just a little pantry space as well outside of the kitchen area, but back down into this hallway. Now we're next to the formal dining room. This might be one of my favorite rooms throughout the entire house. I mean, look at this, guys. It's just the light green tone throughout that gives it a different vibe. Like I said, every room has their own character to it, especially this one. I mean, this is just a formal breakfast room, and there are multiple doors for backyard access. And you also do have a wet bar, another wet bar over in this corner.
Okay, before we see the wet bar, this is a really good execution of a breakfast room. You could even call it an afternoon tea room. It's very traditional, but it's fresh, right? It looks new. It's got the texture, the palette right. Everything goes together. It's warm and welcoming. But again, for a polo property, I'm not getting the vibe. I mean, you got to look at where polo is being played today. England. Okay, I'm not necessarily thinking Greek, but it could work. I mean, the interior is a lot more, I would say, up to the palate and taste of British royalty. But most of the polos that is being played it's in Florida, in Hamptons, and a lot in South America and Argentina. And guess what? Most of these architectural styles go towards that hacienda vibe and energy. And guess what? The English royal Harry, who actually plays polo, and he's a polo enthusiast, moved to Montecito, probably even looked at this property and didn't buy it. And he ended up buying a Mediterranean property. So when I'm advising my inner circle clients on finding that right architectural style for their vision and the location and the lot dimension, I would have gone against this. I would have said either go modern or go hacienda style, because they both would really modern would integrate with the property, with the slope of the lot, and really catch the property in a really interesting way. And you had that freedom to mess around and have fun. And hacienda is just such a natural location, California weather, vibe, the architectural style of the property, the location and everything. It would have really come together, and you would have had your demographic right open, right? Like people who are not even into polo would have been interested in the property and would have figured out something to do with the polo field.
Sticks with the same light green tones with all the drawer space, the cabinetry. You also do have built-ins with a mini fridge down beneath.
Okay, the dark stone, it really throws off this room. They should have used something lighter, because that's a whole new color they introduced, and it's not working for me.
Through these doors, it leads us into another room. So as we enter this space, this living room, we initially see the carpeted flooring in here, which is unique to what we've already been seeing. Multiple doors once again leading to the outside.
This is the family room. This is the family room, and it's very small for the property. Think about it. When we walked in, we saw the foyer, right? There was a humongous dining room. We saw the kitchen, which was really no place to hang out. We saw the tea room. This is the family room, and it's very small. This is equivalent size for a $4 to $5 million home. It's interesting that they've painted it red, because it's giving me like a hunting cabin vibe and energy a little bit more. So it's working a little bit better for polo, vibe and energy. But scale-wise, very excluded from the rest of the layout. Again, super traditional layout, and very small for the scale of the property, and extremely poor integration and flow with the kitchen and the family room. It's just not there.
But let's keep on moving this way. There's a door with access right out to the front yard, the fountain, the circular driveway, another room to my left, guest bedroom, and this would be considered one of your junior suites. Down here we have beautiful white carpeted flooring, wet bar space with dark countertops, and we have that gold detail in your sink on the wet bar as well. Yet another unique chandelier in the center of the ceiling, couple of built-in speakers on the back side of the bed. And a part of this room, you do have these doors that lead out to this garden space. And like I said earlier, when we were in the front by that fountain, those garage doors lead into some parking area that you can easily walk through this garden. It almost looks like a maze. Just try not to get lost in there, but I love all the shrubbery.
Kind of disappointing. Like I would have expected the guest bedrooms to open up to at least the mountain view, not the motor court, right? This is, again, I want to see more of the bedrooms and the position of it, because you remember that reverse view. Personally, this should be like a junior bedroom, not a junior primary to be positioned to open up to the courtyard, because it's a nice courtyard, but when you have ocean views, right, I want majority of my rooms to open up to either the polo field or the Montecito Mountains at the top, not necessarily the motor court.
So we just finished everything on that wing of the house, and we're walking back to the center of the home where we see the staircase and these beautiful statues as well that I didn't touch on. There are so many different unique statues throughout the home, but let's go into this living room on the right side. This room also sticks to that theme with the light green tones throughout. You can see it on the walls.
Oh my God, this is so Greek. Again, I like the floors. I like the molding. Columns are like, you didn't really need to go double, but again, I've seen it done plenty of times. Again, it's extremely heavy, and I'm not getting Polo vibes whatsoever. I mean, when I'm thinking Polo boots, mud, and this is just so formal for me. I kind of like the redder tones of the family room, where it kind of gave me a little bit of a hunting cabin vibe that could kind of go in that direction. But this is a great volume for a formal living space. But as far as decor, again, for the location and the purpose of the property, so formal.
Follow me through these doors real quick, because I absolutely love some of the water features throughout this house, and one of them is right here. So here's a covered patio area where we have another fireplace to my left. And if you follow me out here past these beautiful columns, I mean, such a perfect day. We're going to spend a lot of time here in this backyard, guys, so just stick with me. We have an infinity edge water feature out here.
All right, let's talk about this corner. Look, this is your side yard, by the way. Look at this promontory. I mean, it is really, forget about the freaking 10 football fields you have for the Polo. Just the area around this property where the property's perched up and sits. And this covered patio, again, there's another covered patio over here. It really has that 270-degree view of not just the Polo field, but also the ocean, which is really, really cool.
Leaving the living spaces back down the hall, this is where we have the formal office room with one of my favorite chandeliers. We're seeing a lot of unique chandeliers. This one has a matte black feature to the bottom of it, and you do have dark wood walls throughout with the coffered ceilings above us.
This is more like it. Do you see the warmth? That red color carpet is really raising it up, and you got wood walls, wood cabinetry, wood coffered ceilings. There's that heavy sophistication to it instead of a decorative Greek neoclassical vibe to it, right? This is more the tone.
Right outside of the office space, you walk up these steps, and this leads into the master bedroom. So if you look at this entryway, we got the light fixtures down this hallway to both sides. Even the carpet has a unique detail beneath us. And we just have great artwork on the walls, more light features, but follow me into the main part of the room. So this is it, guys. I mean, views don't get much better than this in a primary suite. I can barely even tell that the chandelier is on because natural sunlight is just drenching this entire room.
Wow. This could be like a video straight up from Windsor Castle, right? To me, it's extremely heavy interior design, executed beautifully. They're getting their palettes right room to room. This was like a baby boy color in the hallway coming in. Again, not getting the vibe I was hoping for, but again, definitely in tune with the exterior architecture at least.
Now, this might be one of the cooler things that you'll ever see in a primary suite. Look at this. I'm just gonna walk out this door. Outside of this door, we have our friend Jax right here down beneath to greet us once again, as well as an outdoor shower, which is very convenient. You can see the drain right beneath me. And here we are, you have an outdoor bathroom, starting with your outdoor shower, and then you walk down these steps. This is your very own floating tub in the middle of this koi pond. I mean, this is insane. Have we ever seen anything like this?
Yeah, I mean, going down the Greek mythology, this is Garden of Eden. This is where Aphrodite would be waiting for you after the hard day playing polo. This is important. I absolutely love outdoor shower, outdoor bath. I think there's an element, as long as you have 100% privacy, that you could be completely naked in nature. I don't think we experience this. There's a calming, there's a freedom element to it, to kind of feel in one with nature. And I think this is, for a property of this caliber, with this many staff, to cut out a corner like this, to give you this kind of Garden of Eden vibe, is amazing. I think it's really, really cool, and very happy to see it.
Back inside, we are cutting across the room, and I'm going to show you the hers bathroom right here. Just an elegant theme to this bathroom overall. You've got one of the vanities to my left side in a beige tone, as you can see with the countertops, the tub right behind me, looking over the views, of course, with a little TV right next to it so you can watch your favorite show.
That cheaps it out. Like, you can't put a black TV in a Greek neoclassical style. It makes it look like it's something straight from the 80s, right? You have to hide that.
Couple of built-in speakers, a little makeup station, full shower as well, with some of the coolest stone you guys will see. And then we have toilet room, water closet, and full walk-in closet as well, with the same stone we see on the countertops that we're seeing inside that shower too. But let me show you the other bathroom.
All right, not a bad size for her. The closet was on the smaller side, and you had to go through the bathroom to get to the closet. But overall, pretty good for hers.
You take a turn to the right, and this is it. This is his bathroom. As you can see, guys, a little bit more of a masculine feel and look to it, with the darker tones, the dark stone countertops, as well as the flooring. Little accessory section in the center with a mirror above. You can see all of your watches, your high-end jewelry. Then we have this door space that leads into your shoe closet. Vanity is over on the other side with similar light fixtures that we've been seeing. We also have a skylight above with a very unique design, and behind me is where your shower is, with the glass door to lead into here.
Okay, your shower and toilet are in your walk-in closet. This is not ideal. Just the wet humidity of the shower, water spilling on the floor, and I don't like the fact that all the closet doors for him is completely covered. I personally will forget what is where. Like, I like to see at least some of it. You could have it covered in some areas, glass and also shelving. All, like, a combination of all three could be more appropriate. But again, this is not ideal. I think they got the color palette right. It's very masculine. It goes with the Greek style, but it's really, your bathroom is in your closet.
That's everything for this primary suite. Let's get out of here because there is a lot more to see. All right, we've made it down here to the basement level. And guys, when I'm telling you that this honestly might be the best basement that you've ever seen, it has everything from a disco ball nightclub, massive sports bar, to one of the most impressive wine cellars you'll ever see.
With a very low ceiling. This is disappointing. This is a newer building, so I'm very disappointed to see such low ceilings on basement. I've said this over and over again. Volume, scale, ceiling heights in basement, super important for mega mansions.
But as I keep moving directly straight, this is it, that disco ball nightclub. I mean, check this space out. Have you ever seen anything like this right here?
Yeah, at a prom night, my high school, like 22 years ago, and I was hoping I would never see this again. This is absolutely extremely cheap. Can you imagine being invited to a party at this Polo field Greek castle, and you come over here, you see the cheapest furniture, and then acrylic bar, see-through bar with black fabric hanging from the wall with low ceiling. I don't even want to call it a cheap wedding. It's like a really cheap prom, like public high school, and in a really bad neighborhood, like a crime dangerous neighborhood.
We got the disco balls on right now. All we need is a DJ, and I'd be ready to start dancing if you guys are down.
I'm not down. Darren, you're on your own, bro. I'm not coming. I'll hang out with the horses outside. I'm not coming to this party.
But if you follow me up these steps, we have more tables to the back side with the bright, beautiful staging over here.
Oh my God, bright, beautiful staging. This is so bad. And this is a classic case of having too much square footage and not knowing what to do with it. Are they renting out this property? What are they doing?
Back on that red carpeted hallway, follow me through these large wrought ironed see-through doors to head into this lounge. I mean, you've got a dining table in here, beautiful chandelier above.
The ceiling is good, but the floors looks like one of these like tiles that are wood pattern. Really ugly. To me, that looks like wood printed tile. And if that is the case, it's criminal. It's absolutely criminal.
And now this is it, guys. This is something that you've never seen before. I can promise you that. This is your 6,000 bottle wine cellar. I mean, look at this. I mean, there are some studio apartments in LA, in New York, that aren't even the size of this wine cellar. 6,000 bottles of wine. Can you even fathom that? That is insane. We've really never seen anything like this.
I've seen plenty of it. There's a ton of beautiful. I think the most beautiful one is by this basketball player. I forgot his name. But again, they've absolutely botched or butched, whatever you want to say, this wine cellar, because this counter is absolutely ugly. And they've continued the wood printed tile, which is, I cannot even imagine using this material on such an important part of the property. There are bottles of wine in this wine cellar that would be each more expensive than doing the proper floors on the property. Like, why would you cheap it out over here? You're cheaping out your wine.
Leaving that wine cellar. Now, this might be one of my favorite rooms throughout the house. I've probably already said that a few times, but this is your very own personal restaurant and sports bar. I mean, check out this place. We're starting over here where you have a little lounge area with some sofas, flat screen TV up on the wall. And then here's your bar in the center, another large flat screen TV. Just imagine having people over, everyone's sitting at this bar.
Very generic. Again, I wasn't expecting this. It's a little bit more subtle, very generic. It looks like a restaurant, but again, considering how bad the nightclub was, I'm a lot more happy over here.
But keep following me around. More flat screen TVs up on the wall, and as I come up these stairs, we can look at the wood flooring with a herringbone pattern to the wood floors down beneath us.
Dude, is that wood flooring? I don't think it is. I really think that's tile. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, but if I had to bet just based on watching this video, I would say it's tile.
And these doors lead directly out to the pool. You can already see the amazing views of the Polo field, the Infinity Edge pool, and the palm trees above us.
Okay, I think I figured out the layout. On one side of the swimming pool is the dance floor. On the other side of the staircase, we have this restaurant, bar, lounge area. Great, okay? As far as having these two massive spaces for entertaining your guests, really cool. I love the fact that it opens up to the backyard. What's the most disappointing is the ceiling height. Because think about it. If you had this downhill position, remember it looked like a one-story from the motor court, you could have perched the property up. You would have got even more commanding position, better ocean views, because at some points there were treetop ocean views. So you could have had a better views, or you could have excavated lower, right? And been more level, closer to the Polo field. So again, not setting ceiling height limits when you bought the lot and you're excavating to kind of position and pour the foundation. You should have asked for at least 12-foot ceiling heights for your basement, and you didn't. And it didn't even need that much excavation because you were already on a slope. So it really kind of blows my mind.
So also outside of the sports bar, right back to that red carpeted hallway, is something pretty cool down this way. We have two bathrooms to both sides of me. We have a women's bathroom to my left with 3 stalls and 3 sinks as well. Beautiful chandelier here in the center. And then we have the men's bathroom on the opposite end with darker wood features, 2 urinals and 2 stalls also.
Okay, this is, I would say, absolute minimum, considering how big of a dance floor or nightclub you had on one side, and then you have the bar on this side. If this is the only bathroom area for both of them, it's on the lower side. You probably need more because I think you can entertain thousands of people over here in this property.
Directly through these double doors, we have entertainment room. This is your billiards room. I mean, look at the scale, the size to this room, where all that we have is a pool table.
And someone's remains over here. What happened to the whole Greek architecture, by the way? What happened to the neoclassical design? You see how like everything changed on the lower level? This is disappointing. Again, this is not an inspiring pool room whatsoever.
Now as we wrap around this room, over in this corner, these doors lead into your home movie theater. Now, if you take a look at this theater, it definitely gives you old school, maybe 1950s vibes in here with the blue recliners, with the blue carpet down beneath us. We have 5 levels of stadium seating.
Horrible. These chairs look disgusting. I absolutely hate them. To me, they look like, those X-rated films where there's an audition going on. Not good. I'm not okay with this. I'm glad it has a movie theater, but it's neither Greek or 1950s. It's just poor taste.
As we head up these stairs, I want to briefly touch on the flooring. This is very nice looking, sleek, modern tile on the floor as well. But this room right here is literally the spa waiting room. Have you ever seen a spa waiting room in your own personal home? And you have a chandelier above us. So if you're waiting to get a massage, waiting to use the spa, the gym, maybe you can just hang out right here by these Paris Hilton pillows. That's...
What the hell is Paris Hilton doing here? This is weird. This is really strange.
But follow me down this hallway to the right side. This is it. This is your spa room. And this is your massage room. Close off this door. Get a nice massage right here. Bring on the masseuse and just relax in peace.
I have a question. When you're thinking massage, masseuse, do you think like a closed door when you have hectares and hundreds of acres of land? Like I would want to get my massage in the terrace. I would want to get my massage in the backyard, maybe by the outdoor shower and bath area. What's the obsession with getting your massage in the basement when a room with no windows or flow?
And on the opposite side, this is where you can have a manicure, pedicure, get your hair done, whatever you need to do. Full spa room.
This is horrible. First of all, really narrow. I'm getting like maid's quarters vibes, not a glam area whatsoever.
There's also a full shower over in this corner, as well as an infrared sauna through this door. Take a look at that. This is immaculate right here. I kind of want to just turn this on and use it maybe a little bit later, not today, but it's got everything you'd want in this personal spa room, as well as a gym that is right next door. As we step into here, the walls are paneled with mirrors, built-in speakers as soon as we enter, a few flat screen TVs, and you have pretty much every machine that you would want in a home gym space.
Yeah, blocking the doorway. Look, when you're designing a gym, you technically should really think about the equipment you want and place them by like the instruction of how much space each equipment really needs according to the manufacturer, and start placing them in the locations and seeing how much space you need for your gym. Even if it's tangible to have a gym, because otherwise you will have an elliptical machine blocking your front door on a massive property, on a property that has, tens of thousands of square footage covered and lowered land and everything, and we get this cramped, uninspiring freaking gym.
We have to now go check out this backyard. So leading out of the gym, we have these curved archways for just some covered patio space out here with these candlelight light fixtures above me. Now we are going for a long journey here in this backyard, about 20 acres. Follow me along. We've got the home dog Jax right next to me as well. Come over here, bud. We'll meet him eventually, but there's more to see.
I like Jack's, but I like the side yard more. Look at this. Look at that. Like how comfortable the property sitting on the lot. And you can see the ocean a little bit from over here.
Lots of grass, more trees. You can imagine what it'd be like when the trees are blooming in the springtime. And then there are multiple ways to access down into that polo field. But if you follow me around, we're going to show you that infinity pool.
Yeah, I think what he didn't show over here is that it has this really mild slope where I think the polo player, you can actually come up here with your horse. I think this property was designed that if you want to really bring your horse to the property, there's these kind of very, low slope walkways on both sides of the swimming pool coming up on each side, where you could ride your horse all the way up.
So as we make this walk onto the balcony, right as we enter through the front doors, you see the massive columns in the center. We can see the infinity pool, the 10 football field polo field, which is insane. And as we take a look at this side yard, we just have some more privacy, some bushes to my right, and a full barbecue grill with a stovetop on the left side as well, which is pretty hidden here in the back.
That's weak. I mean, we did have a barbecue area on the rooftop as well, but overall, to me, when I'm thinking, you know, Polo, I'm thinking Argentinian barbecue, right? Like I'm thinking, like you got to go really heavy on the barbecue. Like that's all you're going to eat, cows and meat in Argentina. You got to go big on that. And this is weak. I'm not getting that barbecue vibe whatsoever.
So here we are. We just made it to the opposite side of the house, leveled with the pool. I just wanted to show you guys the view of what the home looks like. I'm sure you're going to get a lot more shots of the views of the home. Look at that. I mean, that is insane. But first off, we do have a pool house on this side with a lot of covered patio space, very high ceilings to this covered patio area. So here inside the pool house, right behind me is where your bar is with the beautiful dark stone countertops. A lot of built-in wood features in the cabinetry above us. Of course, we've got built-in mini fridge, your sink, dishwasher in there, everything that you'd need in a full kitchen. But this time it's in your pool house. I mean, what? Go figure. Full fireplace as well, right underneath your large flat screen TV. There's also a bathroom in here with bright features in the stone detail on the flooring, as well as in that large shower in there. We also have a skylight in the very center of this pool house as well.
Okay, no functionality. I mean, this could as well be the living spaces upstairs. Like, why would you come over here? This could have been a game room. You got to give it functionality, and you did it. There's no reason to hang out over here as to take a couple steps up and go into the family room.
So as we exit this patio space, just once again, take a look at all of the columns, the curved archways surrounding us, but we got to take a look at how this pool looks during this time of day. I don't think we could have filmed this on a better day, honestly. You can see the expansive ocean views, barely even a cloud in the sky. We even have Jack still following me around right here. This is one of the largest pools you will ever see.
I agree. And it's a huge backyard. Again, the property is so big, it kind of dwarfs the backyard. But look at that width of your, backyard. This is a pretty solid backyard. You had a terrace on the upper floor. And the swimming pool is bigger than an Olympic-sized swimming pool. I think it's really, really massive.
And I think I want to go down to where the golf course is on the lower half. All right, here it is, guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes on this putting green. Like I said, slope to them. Like I said as well, 10 football fields is how big this grass space is. Not only do we have a putting green, we have a driving range. I'm honestly speechless right now. I don't even know what to say. This is a driving range.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a shooting range. You can have military drills over here. You can have bows and arrows, which really brings me to best use. If you look at it at $70 million, at some point, considering how long it's been on the market, this should start making some sort of a sense, because if you just take the property with this frontage and side setbacks and the backyard with the humongous swimming pool, that alone was pretty comfortable on the lot. Then when you look at this and the possibilities of what you can do with this 10 football fields of flat land, 70 million doesn't seem so dumb. Doesn't mean so crazy, because again, this is not exactly Montecito, it's Summerland. It's not as valuable, and this parcel is pretty close to the freeway, but again, it's perched up above the freeway. You do get ocean views probably from the second floor if you can subdivide this. You really got to look at this property from different angles to see at what price it makes sense. I think valuation for this property is definitely not at 70, because it would have sold by now considering how long it's been on the market, but there's a lot of opportunity here for sure.
So we're leaving the driving range. I mean, that was so much fun. I wish we could spend more time there. We probably will as the sun starts setting. I got to hit a few more balls. But check out this driveway that leads all the way down to the horse stables, to the Polo clubhouse that we'll be checking out after we check out the Monarch Butterfly Garden in front of me. This is still all of your property right here. Look at this. Can't wait to show you guys what's down there, but follow me. As we head down these steps, I mean, there is so much space down here. We've got another waterfall behind me. We have this curved pathway.
Where are the butterflies, bro? I haven't seen a single freaking butterflies. I thought there would be like thousands of them living here.
I hope you guys can see from a few of these shots how long this driveway actually is. I mean, check it out. We're going through one gate in front of us, and then there's an opening to the right side, and then we're passing a second gate before we enter into the Polo clubhouse.
which also doesn't look like a Polo clubhouse to me. I'm getting a golf club, maybe somewhere in Pennsylvania, but not at all what I have in my mind as a Polo lounge. Let's see the inside.
Okay, so here we go. Follow me to this side where we have several horse stables in front of me. We have this covered section with the columns separating it. To the right side, you can see the exterior has great stonework detail as well, but this is one of those 2-bedroom apartments I was talking about. So let's go into this one first. So this is it. This is kind of a unique change from what we have been seeing in the main home. The staging in here is pretty modern. It's beautiful.
No, it's very Ralph Lauren. You know, it's funny because this is the groom quarters, right? Like the tack room, kind of like where the person who's in charge of the horses' staples. Otherwise, no one sleeps here. You know, the person who like wants to make sure the horses, these are expensive horses, to make sure they're okay, lives here. And guess what? He's been to a lot of Polo properties and he's got the Ralph Lauren vibe and energy because that's the American Polo idea and the image, right? The whole brand of Ralph Lauren is around Polo. And we didn't see any of that in the main house. And it's fine. It's not the only way to go. But at least it's in tune and it's in line. You see the blue couch. You see the yellow pillows. Those are the colors and the vibe and energy, right? Of that whole Polo life. And at least in America.
We have a couple windows looking out to that driveway. You got your large flat screen TV up on the wall. And this is a little bit more comfortable than what you might see in the extravagant main house, but you also do have a full kitchen.
Yeah, I don't know why he's showing this part of the property. You're not supposed to show this, bro. This is the caregivers for the horsies, okay? If you were wanting to talk about the life and the lifestyle of the, groomer, the people who take care of the horses, it would have been good, but you're just cheaping the freaking property, showing the white freaking oven and microwave with tiled counters. Don't do this.
As you can see, there are all of the horse stables. To my left, to my right is the driveway. Large columns to my left with the massive palm trees that are right in front of this property that just act as the statement piece. And this is the center. This is the entryway that we saw in the front. Leads out to that beautiful statue right behind me. And this is it, the main entrance as we walk into the Polo lounge. So it's right as we go in here, you can already see the dark features in this little lobby area.
Good. I'm getting the vibe, right? It kind of looks like a inside of a casket. If you're dead, you open your eyes, you're not dead. This is what you're gonna see, but this is good. Again, I'm warming up. This Polo lounge is seems like more like it. Let's see what's going on upstairs.
All right, so as we cross the Polo field, I'm sure I'm gonna find some of my golf balls around here because I hit a few pretty far, guys. But over on this side, we have some outdoor dining barbecue area, slow cook right here.
Argentinian barbecue, here we go. We have it on the Polo lounge. Like, this is what I wanted. Have you ever barbecued on one of these Argentinian barbecues? Amazing. They're so good.
So as we're back inside, up those stairs, this is your entrance. I love this centerpiece right here. Another statue. So follow me through these double doors. We've got more artwork to my left with the dimmed lighting. We've got a full kitchen in here with emerald granite countertops as well as on the backsplash.
Okay, that was like a kitchenette for them to grab snack before or after the game.
This is pretty much where the players will hang out before the events, before they get ready to get out there on the field. This is the lounge space. You can see we've got high ceilings in here, more of that dimmed lighting. And then this bar area as well. So why not have a nice cocktail before you get on one of the horses?
No, after, bro. Do you know how dangerous Polo is? You get yourself killed. This is a great room, okay? But again, it's a little bit small for 8 players to play. And they have wives, they have friends who carry on the smaller side. I think there are 4 players on each team. So 8 minimum. And I didn't even think there was enough seating for 8 over here. So definitely on the smaller sides, unless they have 2 rooms for each team. So one team hangs out in this room, the other team hangs out with their friends in the other room.
Follow me to the opposite end of this hallway. Past the center again, over here, we just have an office space, some desk space in the front. It's a nice greeting as you walk in through the center.
That's like the president's area or the referees. Again, the referees should be somewhere here too.
But as we keep going, it's Pretty similar to this side, just more storage to the left and directly in front of me. This is the head office space. It's not the lounge, but it's pretty similar size to the lounge that we saw over there. Conference table to the right.
It was really small. To be honest, it was very small. For a property of this magnitude, I would have really liked a reception area. We didn't see any stands. So if you actually have an event, you have to use the property. A lot of these, proper polo fields have a proper stand where people can actually watch the game. Over here, I didn't see any. And this property was level to the field. There was not a rooftop. There was not a second stage or areas around it where you had a commanding position to see the field and the game. Again, on the smaller side, definitely on the smaller side. Okay, let's give it an Arvin score. But before we do that, if you're planning to build a specialty property like this is a polo property, and there are many examples of this. It could be a beach property, it could be a ski property, it could be a tennis property, golf property, you name it, it's out there. You better pay attention to what other demographics who are also like to participate in that activity like. And the two biggest mistakes here for me is that the architectural style of the property was not what they wanted, and what the interior design of it was also didn't diffuse the architectural style. It perfectly in tuned with the exterior, which was, admirable, but it was really turning off the people who are actually interested in this sport in America. And then they did not help themselves by positioning the property right at the edge of the actual polo field, because it really brought the whole thing together. And you couldn't like one and not the other. Like, it just became as a package. Where I've seen a lot of polo properties, there is definitely a separation from the main house to the actual field. You definitely want to have the polo lounge on the polo field, definitely, but you didn't really have to put the house on top of the polo field. I think if they had separated these two elements from each other when they had so much acreage, it could have really helped to tell two different stories about this whole experience, and they didn't do that. If you want my 12 months of support, here's the QR code. Apply for Inner Circle, and if we are the right fit, I would love to be that resource that helps you make faster decisions, better decisions. You save money, you build faster, and you'll be happier with the end product. Okay, let's give it an Arvin score. Location, Summerland, I'm going to give it a 7.5. Lot quality, 10 out of 10. I mean, you had 10 football field for your polo field, and then you had an amazing property with amazing frontage, a lot of side setbacks, great backyard. It's a 10 out of 10. Lot utilization. I thought the property sat so comfortably on the lot. I'm going to give it also another 10. Privacy. I didn't see any other property looking to your property or your polo field for that matter. It's going to get another 10. Lot orientation. You're south facing, overlooking your polo field and the ocean and the coastline and still facing the south. Unbelievable. It's going to get another 10. Architectural style. This is a tough one for me because I do not like the Greek architecture. But if I'm being honest, the fact that they executed it correctly, I still have to give them an 8. Views. You had 270 degree of view, but it was treetop at some areas. At the polo field itself, you barely got any views. I'm going to give it an 8. Layout. You had the wow factor when you walked in, but the rooms were extremely disconnected. The kitchen where people congregate was horrible, but then you had a very good formal living space. The rooms were kind of spread out throughout the property. You never really got 4 bedrooms right next to each other for a family. I have to give it a 5. Scale and volume. This is a tough one because the main level was really good. You had that great room, right? Corner, you had ton of volume, but then your lower level, which really didn't have to be a dungeon basement because it opened up on all sides to the backyard, had extremely low ceilings. And for a scale of a property of this magnitude, I have to give it a 4. Finishes. I think the finishes were average, luxury, very vanilla. They didn't take that many chances over there. I'm going to give it a 6. Now, here's the Arvin score. If you want to see another mega mansion, Greek, in south of France, watch this video. It's really interesting. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the comments.